Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of FTB Revelation. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Our new computer has arrived and we can finally fly around the base without actually crashing the game, which is amazing. I never managed to do this over the past 2 years. Are you real? How did you get up here? What do you eat? Are you vegan? I don't want to know. Just as a very small clarification, my recording software has changed, my editing software has changed, so there could be a few issues with this video, especially with the audio, because I don't know any of the settings. It's not like drag and drop. You have to press buttons, you have to go through tabs, and it's all very complicated. I will do my best, but you know, things happen. And for me, they happen a lot. Hi. The worst part is the scroll button on my mouse works differently than Mac. It's exactly the opposite. Weird. At the end of the last episode we were supposed to get Dew of the Void in order to power the teleporters from Ender.io, and at first I wanted to go with something very small and compact and within our base, but now I'm thinking maybe we should go for something big. We're going to need to make nutrient distillation first, which we can also use it to generate a little bit of RF. I do have a project here. As you can see, I have already cleared all the trees and we need a bit of power, so I don't mind making it locally. Would be nice. In order to make nutrient distillation, we are going to need 3 ingredients. One of them is water, which we're going to make a pumping station in the river. Then we need some sort of a protein, which we're going to use rotten flesh because it's very nutrient. And then we need some sort of a vegetable, mushroom, wart, spider eye, sugar, something. We can make a farming station from Ender.io and farm nether wart. We already have a sugarcane farm, but maybe we make a farming station from forestry and farm mushrooms. Let's see how that goes. If it doesn't work, we can just make a farming station from Ender.io. I went up ahead and made the farm itself. It's exactly the same design that we have for our tree farm, but I decided to make it out of bricks because I thought that we have a lot of red bricks here. We don't. Okay, I made it out of bricks because they are the most beautiful block in Minecraft, I think. But we need to do other stuff anyway. We need to make an electron tube, I think. Well, we need to program a circuit board with an apatite electron tube. So we have to craft that. I made a circuit board, an electron tube, and a soldering iron. If we right click with the soldering iron, we can put the circuit board here. We can choose the automatic farm, and we can put you here. Oh, we need 4 of that for each cardinal direction. Okay, I don't know what I did, but it's done. It seems. So, if we put you inside the farm, will you work? Yeah, it will grow mushrooms. We need mycelium, I think. If I'm not wrong, if we make a mutated pasture seed, we should be able to grow mycelium? I might be wrong. We can just try it here, I guess. Okay, that's not the one. Well, it seems that we can only craft a few mycelium blocks because I don't have that much rich slag in order to make the phyto grow. So for now, this will do. We just want to test it. You have your mycelium, you have your mushrooms. Do something, please. Yeah, that's what I wanted you to do. Thank you. We need more mycelium. Well, it seems that I was not that wrong about Botania, because I made the mutated pasture seed, which is purple, and then there's an infestation spore, which makes mycelium, which is also purple. So we just have to drop you inside mana pool, and we should get it. Okay, let's go and try. Give me mycelium. Oh, you don't give it here, okay. Give me mycelium. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure when... It's very loud, sorry. I'm not very sure how would you harvest them. Do they have to grow into a giant mushroom, or do I have bone meal? Let's grow this one and see what happens. Nothing. I'm not sure how it works. Oh yeah, it's harvesting it. Perfect. Well, the mushroom farm works, but it does have a few flaws. One of them is that it does not keep any of the mushrooms to replant. It just puts everything in the output box, which is fine. I can get around that by using a conduit. But another problem that we have is that it's consuming mycelium and it's giving us dirt. The tree farm also consumes dirt and gives you sand. But dirt is easy. Mycelium is not very easy to get. So maybe we just go with a farming station from Ender.io and we just plant nether wart. That would be much easier. Besides, the mushrooms are not growing. The only ones which grew are the ones which I bone mealed. Maybe it has to be covered in darkness? It's on mycelium, it shouldn't be. In any case, this is very slow. By the way, I don't think this was a waste of time because at least we learned how to grow mushrooms using forest. Yeah, this is much better and I think it will be much more productive. I'm not using an octactic capacitor, I'm just using a double layered because I think this range is more than enough. Then we need to also make an unbreakable hoe. But the problem is I don't have that much nether wart to plant. So I made an alchemy catalyst, and if we drop blaze rods, which we have 30,000 of that inside this mana pool, we should get nether wart. Perfect. Yes, much better. I tried to make a pumping station. I'm still struggling with the design, especially with the colors, because I want to go with different colors this time. Anyway, we have 5 aqueous accumulators in the river which are generating water. We're using immersive engineering pipes because they look really cool, especially if you surround them with scaffolding, and they bring the water into the vat, which is making nutrient distillation. The other ingredients that we need in order to make the nutrient distillation is provided through ender chest, and we have almost unlimited supply. The hoe breaks up quite often, but you know, I have to make an unbreakable hoe, which I will make it later on. Another problem that we have is that aqueous accumulators are actually very slow. They produce 200 millibuckets of water every few seconds. And you need 3 buckets in order to make half a bucket of nutrient distillation, so we needed much more water. So I had to add a sink, but I like the pipes, so I was like, okay, I just add the sink over there and be cheaty. So far it does work. The reason that I wanted to go with different colors is because that if you paid attention to the last episode, I said that we are going to have an iron mine, we're going to extract the iron, and we're going to take it using railcraft or some sort of transportation to a steel factory. And this is going to be our iron mine. I was looking at pictures in Google of how iron mines look in real life, and all of them look very red. And I think it's because of oxidized iron, and I was thinking of replacing all the grass blocks here with this. This is from Quark and it's red, so it should look fine. So I was hoping that I would be able to make something with a red color palette thingy. I don't know. Anyhow, we have our nutrient distillation, and now we have to make Dew of the Void. So we're going to need another vat, and then we're going to need pulsating crystal, which is the easy part, and then we are also going to need ender crystal, yes, which requires a soul binder and therefore a spawner for enderman. You might do it in our own base, because it would be very difficult to provide resources to a very distant location. Where do we do it? Yeah, it does not require that much space, so we just do it next to our reactor in our own base, and I already have a P2P tunnel over here. The reactor rarely works. Yeah, okay. This is our non-fancy and very simple automation for making Dew of the Void. I do have an enderman spawner which will capture enderman inside the soul vial, and I do have an export bus which will craft soul vials and provide it to the spawner. Once we have an enderman, it will be exported inside the soul binder, and once we have a pulsating or vibrant crystal, we can order ender crystals. And then there is another pattern in the sag mill which will make the grains of the end and also the grains of vitality, and everything goes inside the vat. The experience that the soul binder requires is being provided by an XP obelisk which is hooked up to an ender tank which is hooked up to our mob farm. So we should always have some experience inside. And if we order some, let me do that. So if we order 10, it will function automatically. And then we can just export it inside the vat and we will get Dew of the Void. And it takes a very long time. I was very hesitant to export grains of the end into this vat automatically because I thought if this guy runs all the time, then we will not have enough emeralds or diamonds in order to have other projects. But I'm thinking that this guy has a maximum output, and then if we have a tank up here, that will also have a maximum output. So when the tanks are full, this guy should stop anyway. So let's expand you and add you. So you should also be automatic. Now that we have the Dew of the Void, let us try and see how the Telepad operates. So I made an ender tank because this guy also requires Dew of the Void, and then we are going to need to make a 3x3 structure, which this should be it. And you need power. You work? Okay. So we can select it from here with the Staff of Traveling, so we don't need you anymore. Where is it? Yeah, that one. We don't need you. And apparently we can also link our Rod of the Return, which has to be filled in with Dew of the Void. What? What just happened? Did you activate? Okay. And this guy should teleport us back to the Telepad, which is linked to it. Oh, that's nice. And it looks nice. Apparently we can also give this guy a coordinates and it will teleport us to that coordinate. So we're going to need a coordinate selector, and just for testing purposes we can just write a coordinates here and we call it, I don't know, blah. And this paper is now a coordinates, okay? We put it inside and you should be able to teleport me to blah. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. And it rotates. Look. Wait. Yeah. I love this. Well, the Telepad is not as cool as I thought. It's pretty cool, but the problem is it can only accept one destination and that's it. Then if you want to go back, you're kind of screwed. So if you want to use this on large scale, you are going to need a teleportation room or something, but it does work like a travel anchor as well, so I can just do this. Yeah, but generally you can only have one coordinates, and that's it. Today's episode is going to be slightly shorter because I wanted to basically just see if I can record and if my audio and video is correct, so I'll be happy if you give me feedback on that. But before finishing today's episode, I want to make these Franken zombie generators, and that requires a Franken zombie, which requires a soul vial. I just checked and we don't have any extra spawners to make a zombie spawner, but I remember that there was a dungeon here when we saw the dragon. Yes, here. So do we have spawners? Yes, and it's a zombie spawner. Perfect. Just as a curiosity, can I use you in order to go back home? Yes. This was literally the easiest thing, so we just needed a spawner and we have a zombie powered spawner. So it will work exactly the same way as our Enderman spawner. We do have a zombie spawner on top and we just have to configure you to export it down. And you should also be configured to input and output. And it has power. And we have a Franken zombie. We just need to make the pattern. You will go in there and hopefully we can just put the generator on auto crafting. Yes, it's being auto crafted. The reason that I'm using this generator is because that we are producing nutrient distillation over there and we can produce it in large quantities, so I thought we're going to use it in order to power our mine. I don't know if 10 of that will be enough or not, but it should be okay. And just as a curiosity, how much RF will you generate? Oh, you need a capacitor. It's using 12 millibuckets per tick and it's super slow. Actually, it's not that bad. It's 180 RF. It looks nice. You can see the head. Alright guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Please give me a little bit of feedback on how the video looks like, how the audio sounds like, so that I can adjust for the next one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.